Hello, my name is Sonia Ross. I'm a psychotherapist, intuitive messenger, and author. And today we're going to be doing the February 2024 reading for life path number 3. Today we're going to be doing the February 2024 reading for life path number 3. Hold on 1 second. I need to get my glasses for my eyes. Okay. And so in today's reading, I've already pulled the cards and I've checked with spirit that these are the right cards. So we're going to begin. Okay, so the first for this reading is for life path number 3. And so the first card that we get 3 is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune has to do with kind of like what I would say is a what goes up, what comes down type of card. And so it's basically, things changing. Sometimes things are up, sometimes things are down. And so 3, I think you're currently in that cycle where things seem to be moving, changing, rotating, and you seem to be on a cyclical bend. Okay. And in the obstacle position, we have the Death card. Interesting, interesting, interesting. And so normally the Death card, when it shows up, I'll just say for those of us who may not be aware of it, but you all probably are, that when the Death card shows up, it's not a literal death. It's a transfiguration, a transformation. It's a rebirth state, but it's showing up in the obstacle position. And so maybe life path 3, there may be some things you don't want to, excuse me, rebirth or transform. Maybe you're being blocked in some ways. Like you have an internal blockage about the process of transformation. And so that would make sense because if you're on the Wheel of Fortune state, right, things are changing, things are very cyclical. When you're in this state, things are very much in a fluid movement. But if you're in a state that you don't want to accept the fluid movement and you're trying to block it in some way so that you don't go through the necessary transformation, this is going to be an obstacle for you. So very, very interesting. And then we have the Justice card come up. So already we have, out of 5 cards, 3, we have 3 major arcana. And so this is really, really interesting. So February 2024 Life Path 3 is actually going to be a time of significant transformation for you because we already have the Justice card coming up. And she is in the center. And so you're going to be balancing certain things. You're going to be balancing certain things. A lot of things are going to be coming up for you, and you're going to try to figure out what's going on. And so you're going to be balancing a lot. Very, very interesting. The next card is the 6 of Cups. And while you're doing this balancing, it's like you're really going to be fighting part of yourself that kind of doesn't want to face reality, that doesn't want to face what's going on. And you're kind of going to want to go to a place in the past. You're like hoping and wanting to go to a simpler time, which is really interesting. So because we have the 6 of Cups here, which is a card of nostalgia, sweeter times, things that were more gentle and hopeful for you. And 3, by your nature, y'all are a very sweet, kind, lovable, gentle people. The energy of 3 is sweet, kind, loving, gentle, creative, very childlike, very joyful. This really lovely, sweet people. There's a childlike quality about 3, and so not childish, immature, but just like a sweetness. Like a lot of the 3s I know are just like good people, and and they have an innocence about them. And so that would make sense that if you'd rather go to a simpler, easier time, and that you're fighting against something, that would make sense. If you have the Wheel of Fortune, things are kind of going up and down. You have 3 significant major arcana as your first 3 cards, and then you go to the card of nostalgia, which is the 6 of Cups. So it's like this is basically who you are in your nature, the 6 of Cup energy, this sweet, childlike energy kind. But the 3 cards that precede it are major arcana. So this is a time of transformation where you have to do this work. You have to do this work. You don't have to lose your inherent nature of being sweet and kind and joyful and creative and gentle. Y'all are lovely people, but there's some major work you have to do that is part of your life work. You can still have the same sweet essence, but you have to do this work because there's a lot of changes afoot and you can't fight those changes. So you have to find your balance. You have to find your balance and you have to learn to look at things from, I wanted to say judicial. That's not the word. What is the word? With a more pragmatic mind. You have to look at things with a more pragmatic, evaluative mind. You have to do a lot of evaluations here. And that's something you can do, but you have to do it in this time for February 2024. And, and the energy that's going to be surrounding this time in your life, you have to do that. This is an inherent part of who you are and you will get back to it, but there's work that needs to be done. There's work that needs to be done with this Wheel of Fortune, the Death card, and the Justice card. There's work that needs to be done, and you have to do this work. But this is big stuff for you three. This is really, really big stuff, and you have got to do it. I mean, because if you don't do it, you're just going to make your life more difficult, but you have got to do it. Okay. And, you'll get back to this, but you have to do some work about it. And you can't just wish for the past when things are simpler and easier. And, I liked it when it was better the other way. Okay, well, we all like it when things were better the other way, but we have to grow. So that's not actually what's going to be best for you right now. So you have to be like, focus and, step into your mature energy about it. Because I know lots of threes and they're very mature people, but they have that sweetness about them. And sometimes they rather not deal with it. I'm going to turn my head away. I'm going to hope that it goes away, but we can't do that, right? We can't be like, oh, no, 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 I don't want to pay attention to that. No, please go away. We can't do that. No, we have to focus and we have to, because you have some important things going on. You have some really important things going on and you need to focus, pay attention so that you stop blocking yourself because there's a transformation that needs to take place and you need to get on board with that transformation. Don't make your life more difficult. And then when you get on board with the transformation, you'll have to find your balance as well. You have to find your balance and do justice to yourself in this process because you're just going to hurt yourself if you don't get on board with the process. The outcome card is the Six of Swords. So moving to smoother water. So this process that you're fighting or resisting, if you come on board and if you work with it, it'll take you to smoother waters. It'll take you to a place that's better for you, a place that's more that you can adapt to better, and a place of I want to say of greater maturity. A place of greater maturity. I am in no way saying threes are immature because they're not. Like I said, I know several wonderful threes, and y'all are not immature people, but y'all have that childlike quality and you'd rather be like, no, 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 no. I don't want to deal with it. I just want to go into my little shell and think about the past and, focus on, the nice things, the sweet things, the things that make me feel good. That's not reality. That's not life. And you have everything you need to take care of this process. And you'll get back to where you want to go, but you have to do some work first. And then your outcome card is the Six of Swords. So you're just going to have to be more decisive in your decision making during this time in your life, and don't be afraid of coming into this justice energy, this decision making energy, because you're going to need that. Because this is a pivotal time for you three. This is a very pivotal time, and I want you to heed my words and don't neglect to do what is necessary to be done. Don't try to escape into this, because remember, this card for me is inherently what a three is. Just like a sweet, sweet energy, the Six of Cups. But you cannot escape into this energy. You cannot escape into the past. And when things were different and things were easier and blah, blah, blah. No, this is inherently who you are, but you have to use all of this energy, right, to inform this energy that is so important to you, which is lovely, but so that you can move to smoother waters and be in a more mature standing when it comes to whatever this process is that you're going through. So I hope this all makes sense. And so let me see what Spirit has to say about this. This is really, this might be a challenging period for you three, but I think, you know, I always see things like this when I see it set up this way. I always feel like people are going to come out the better, excuse me, for it when they work with this energy. When you work with the energy of the Wheel of Fortune, when you work with the energy of death, when you work with the energy of justice, when, you know, though these are three major arcana, and these are huge, huge lessons in this for you. These are huge, these are lessons that can shape your life. And I really want to highly, highly encourage you to allow them to shape your life in the positive. Don't resist them, because then they'll become a negative. And they'll become a negative and you'll escape into this. And instead of working with them, allowing them to become a positive, and you still holding on to what's true and inherent in your nature in a positive sense, and going to smoother waters. Because the outcome is for you to move to smoother waters, but it's really going to be about you being decisive and using your mental energy and your mental faculties and your focus to take you there, and having mental balance, and, you know, allow yourself to go through the natural evolution that this process wants to bring out of you. So let's see if Spirit has anything to say. I mean, they always do, but let's check in. Let's see. Oh, okay. So Spirit is saying your temperament during this time is going to be really, really important. Don't go really, really work hard not to be childish about what's going on in your life. Temperament will be key, and don't be illogical. I know there may be that temptation to be illogical and just be emotional, you know, to go into this energy, but Spirit is saying don't do that. You need to contemplate what's happening in your life, really think about it. That's why you have these three cards. Contemplate. These are not cards of contemplation per se, but these are telling me that there's a lot of thinking you're going to need to do here. There's a lot of thinking and mental processing you're going to need to do. And Spirit is saying, please do that. Please do that. Please contemplate. Please think. And while you're taking the time to contemplate and think, this will help you in your decision making, and this will help you feel more comfortable being more decisive. Yes, Spirit is saying that some of you are stepping into an energy of decisiveness that you may not have previously been used to. That maybe some of you hid. You kind of hid and maybe let others make decisions for you. And Spirit is saying that's not a good idea. This is a time for you to be decisive and to step into your own energy. Yeah, I keep on seeing the word illogical. So Spirit is saying, like, please don't be illogical. Don't. And it's so funny. I was reading for some other numbers earlier, and it was like certain things will seem illogical, but trust that that's okay. And for you, I'm getting like, don't be illogical. Really, like, think. Because also remember the Six of Swords. Swords are air, and it's about thinking, and it's about, like, in a mental process, moving to smoother waters in your mental process, in your mental, and emotional process. I would say, you know, you're really going to have to clarify your thinking here, three. Yeah, mental clarity is going to be very key for you during this time. And it's going to be uncomfortable, but don't be afraid of the discomfort, because this is really at the center of the reading is this. This is what you're going to need to adapt to, the Justice card. This is what you're going to need to adapt to in order to bring things around for you, so that this is going to help you with this. Because You know, everyone is going through a cycle in their life. Everyone is just constant. That's just the nature of, the human experience. But you can't block the transformation that is a part of that cycle because it's uncomfortable or you don't want to do it. You can never block transformation. So you might as well lean into it in the higher vibratory rate and work with it instead of, fighting it and potentially, most likely, will just run you over. And being balanced, being decisive, and using your mental faculties a little bit more as far as your decision making, and so that you can kind of hone in on what you're trying to do and what you're trying to get accomplished or what you're trying to work through. And, don't worry about this. This is a sweet card. It's present for you for a reason because this is inherently who threes are, but you can't escape to this place. And that when you do the work that's necessary from the first three cards, right, you do this work, you'll move to smoother waters. And a component of the smoother waters could be some of this, but there's some big things happening in the first part of the reading, and that are really going to be life factors for you. These are life things you have to work out that you're not going to be able to skip, escape, or do anything like that, because this is your time, and it's your time now to work on these issues. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and Spirit is saying to be broad-minded in your approach to things. That's a very interesting word because I don't use the word broad-minded. So be broad-minded. That means kind of be open-minded and be expansive. And again, that's because of the Justice card. I understand now, Spirit. The Spirit is saying be broad-minded, and so that's connected to the Justice card. You have to be, very balanced and think about things in a bigger way, in a more expanded way than you had before. So you have to, Spirit is saying, be broad-minded. And don't let logic and reason escape you. Again, the Justice card in this reading is very, very important. Like, you finding your mental balance, your thinking balance, you being balanced in this situation is very, very important, because she's holding a sword and she's holding the scale. So she has to be balanced in her thinking and she has to be balanced in her emotions. So, I see. Okay, see here how she has the sword and then she has the scales. The scales are in my interpretation, the scales are going to symbolize emotional balance, and the sword is clear thinking. The sword is thinking. And then you have these other two cards, emotions and thinking. So is it all making sense? I hope it's all making sense, because it's making sense to me. And this is what Spirit keeps on bringing me back to this. This is very, very important. So really, like, you're going to have to sharpen yourself up a bit. You're going to have to be a little sharper and not be so soft and dough-like, because y'all can be very sweet. So you can't be as soft and dough-like. You have to be a little sharp. You're going to have to be sharper right now, because you need that mental sharpness to help you go through these transitions. Yeah. And this is I kind of feel like this for you three is kind of like building a muscle. This is like building a muscle you previously hadn't exercised. And so, when you first build muscles, it's going to be sore for a few days, a week, however long. And then you're kind of going to get used to it. And then you're going to start to see the results of it, and it's going to be fine. And so that's what I'm getting for you here. So that's why you got the three major arcana, because this is a really transformative period, a period where you're going to be doing a lot of growth and building some new muscles, some muscles that will help carry you through further in your journey. Anything else? I keep on seeing the word illegitimate. So what do you mean by illegitimate, Spirit? Nothing you're thinking or feeling during this time is illegitimate. So don't discount anything you're thinking or feeling this time. Don't discount it, but it's always about finding balance. So it's not about pushing anything away, but it's about finding balance within you. And so that's the theme for the reading three. You have to find balance. You have to find balance, and don't fight transformation. Right? Because you don't want to be caught up in this, because you see it looks pretty, but she will drag you. This Wheel of Fortune will drag you. So cooperate work on keeping your mental faculties high, your emotions in balance, and so that you can kind of go with the stream of what's happening, and you're not putting up so much resistance, and you have the tools and the faculties within yourself to navigate that path. Is there anything else? Okay. Also, again, about balance, neutrality will be important as well. Is there anything else, Spirit? I just keep going, getting about neutrality again. Okay, 1 second. Be right back. Yeah. So, okay, I think that is it for this part of the reading. Is there anything else, Spirit? Nope. Spirit just saying neutrality will be very important. Balance and neutrality will be very, very important. So let's invite the angels in to help us to close this out. Angels, do you have a message for life path number 3 so they don't fight what's happening in their life? They don't fight transforming from a caterpillar into a butterfly. Okay. Healthy choices. Thank you, angels, for guiding me to make healthy decisions. Okay. So there's like an angel on a yoga mat. It's funny. It's an angel on a yoga mat. Okay, let's see what we have here. Healthy decisions. Quite a few things here about. Okay. Your angels are encouraging you to make healthy choices for your body, mind, and soul. Looking after your soul energy is one step, but having a balanced diet and healthy relationships will also contribute to your spiritual growth. You are a pillar of strength. Ensure you look after your inner light. Expanded interpretation. Angels are able to send us much clearer messages when we are in alignment with the 3 parts of our being: mind, body, and soul. Choosing to have positive, loving, grateful thoughts is the first step. Looking after your body and what you feed it is the second step. And taking care of your soul by checking in with God or your higher power and doing your daily spiritual practices is the final one. These are all healthy choices that will increase your growth. And so, what the angels are saying, since you're going to be going through this time of transformation 3, that, really make, again, it's about balance. This is what the healthy choices like. This is what the healthy choices are about. You finding your balance, you taking care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit. You being emotionally and mentally balanced. This is all about balance for you 3. So please find your balance in this process that you're going through. So I really hope this helps 3. I'm really curious to find out what happens for you, like if this resonated, like what you're going through, how it landed for you, how things work out for you. I'd be really, really interested because I'm curious about, since this message came through so strongly and this is going to be such a pivotal time for you. I'm really interested and seeing how this energy unfolds. Oh, the other thing Spirit's bringing to my attention is to tell you that this energy is going to be unfolding for about 3 months. So this is going to be like 3 months that you're going to be going through this. So don't get freaked out about this. Yeah. 6 and 6. You got the Justice, and then you got the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. So this is going to be happening over this energy is going to be with you for about 3 months because this is big energy. And when I say it's going to be with you for 3 months, it doesn't mean that it's going to end at 3 months, but it's really going to take hold over a 3-month time frame, and you're going to be in this energy for 3 months. And maybe after 3 months, you'll have, gotten your sea legs and be able to figure out how to move forward. But yeah, so this Spirit wanted me to remind you this is going to be over 3 months. Okay. So Spirit says there's nothing else. Thank you so much, 3. I really hope this resonates with you. I hope it helps you. I hope you feel supported in certain ways. Please let me know how things, work out for you. Leave me a comment below. I'll be really, really interested in hearing about how this unfolds because I found this reading to be really, really interesting. So, my name is Sonia Ross. I'm a psychotherapist, an intuitive messenger, and an author. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel because I'll be bringing forward information like this, doing readings like this on a monthly basis. And so my blessings to you three. Please take care of yourself, and I will see you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.